I think I'm not yet successful because we just started. That's what I told you a while ago. I think the moment that I feel that I'm successful is when my team can actually lead the company without me.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode with Ajdani Brothers. Today, we have a very special guest with us. He is our childhood friend and he is the owner of Cocotel in the Philippines. They have more than 120 hotels and they're currently operating in 3 different countries. The business has started back in 2019, so the progress has been significant. And I think you will all enjoy our special guest today. So, Rafael, why don't you tell us about yourself for people who don't know you?
Welcome, Rafael.
Welcome.
It's been a while, guys.
Well,
So I'm happy to see you all.
yeah, us too. We have been catching up for a while,
Yeah.
for the last hour, and it's been so fun knowing that we are childhood friends.
And guys,
Yeah.
he's super busy. Calls after calls.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm not like as busy as you guys, right? You guys are my idol as well.
Come
Thank
on.
you. Thank you
Yes,
so
thank
much.
you.
Yes.
Anyway, go on and tell us about
All
Cocotel
right.
a bit and yourself.
So good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Rafael. You can call me Rafa. That's my nickname now.
Yeah.
So actually, I'm the founder and the CEO of Cocotel. So what we do, we are biggest getaway hotel chain in the country right now with more than 50 locations all around the Philippines. And currently, we're expanding not only in the Philippines, but we already have our presence in Australia and also in Malaysia. So what we are doing right now, we are actually a soft brand hotel. So what we meant by soft brand is will not put any of our logo in our partner hotels, but we will help you in terms of, I'm seeing there, right? In terms of making sure that you're available or online. That's number one. We will also help you in terms of your our partner hotels technology in order for them to be competitive online. So we will actually digitalize your bookings to an online bookings.
It's crazy.
So you
Yeah.
make life easier for them.
We make their life easier because right now most of the hotels here, not only in the Philippines but also in Asia Pacific as well, that most of the bookings are coming from the most technology advanced that they do is only Facebook. But of course, after Facebook, what's next? They have problem in terms of booking it online. So they heavily reliant on bank deposit. It is still manual. Like people needs to go
Yeah.
to the bank and then they send the booking like payment slips to them and then they will send it manually in terms of their booking. And most of the hotel owners they're using a logbooks like a normal
Yeah,
general
that's what
ledger.
makes it so lazy, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to go through
Yeah,
that
it's-
process.
That's why
so you
it's
lose
very
clients
stressful.
like that, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's why these platforms like Agoda work, right?
Yes,
Because
that's
all you
right.
do is like a click.
A simple
And,
three
yeah.
clicks and then you already got yourself booked. But how about for the hotel site? Of course, the hotel they want to be online as well, so they go to Agoda. However, they think that once they put the rate online, it's already means that their property is already online. But it's not as simple as that. The back end side of Agoda is very tedious. Actually, I hope Agoda will still work with us. But in terms of the most difficult OTA or the online travel agencies are actually Agoda because they always create a hidden rate that even the hotel owners will not know. So
I've had this experience.
Yeah.
When I go to the hotel, the
Yes.
rate is different
Yes.
from the rate online.
Yes.
Right? So they get confused.
They confused.
If you don't pay it online, because sometimes the option is there whether if you can pay it with your card and sometimes you have to pay it at the counter. But then I had this experience that the reception would give me a totally different
price, right?
price. Yes.
So this is actually a very big problem right now, and a lot of hotel owners are frustrated because let's say I'm planning to sell it on Agoda around 2,000 pesos, but why in Agoda is already around 1,000? There is an art of managing it, and this is where we come in. We will help them in terms of managing their inventory online, and at the same time to make them not only available in Agoda but also in Booking.com, Expedia, Airbnb, and all the 30 plus online travel agencies that are available worldwide. But that is only solving one issue. If you have a booking in Agoda, you really need to close your allocation in Booking.com. If not, people can still book with Agoda. But with our system that we will give to our partner hotel, they can actually be able, for example, you have a booking in Agoda, it will be automatically closed in booking.com or in other online travel agencies. And we were able to reduce the overbooking by 99% if they partner with us. And this is where that's why we have a very big client right now. And yeah, we are expanding this kind of service to other countries.
So how
as
did
well.
you come up with the idea, Rafael? Like when, what year and how long did it take you to actually turn it into a proper business?
Yeah, because you saw these errors and then you just came in,
Yes,
right? You
yes,
saw these
yes.
errors everywhere that made it so difficult for other people, and then you came up with it.
All right. So probably I started this when I was still studying. I believe guys know I studied in Sydney, right,
Yeah.
for the last 3 years. So when I was in Sydney, I was able to meet my business partner, my future business partner, which is Mr. Reginald. So he's already been in the hotel industry for more than 10 years before joining or creating Cocotel together with me. So we during that time we were actually looking at a possible business that we can do together, and we see that this is actually a big opportunity. Why? Number one, among Southeast Asian country, actually Philippines are still not yet known for
Yes,
foreign
very
tourists.
true.
I mean, like, since you guys are in the Philippines, but probably if you're Iranian national, if you will try to look for a vacation in Southeast Asia, probably you always think about Thailand or Indonesia.
Yes, those
True,
come first.
true.
True.
That's the first thing
Yeah.
that comes into your mind. How about the Philippines? There are a lot of beautiful beaches all around the country. They are actually one of the top 10 beautiful beaches. But the problem is, number one, the in terms of the marketing or the tourism itself, it's not yet well known. That's why we want to promote. But of course, when people go to the country, where will they stay? Of course, in
Yeah.
the hotel. The problem is most of the hotels that are independent, they do not have the adequate online marketing or digital marketing, and also the technology in order to promote their hotel to the foreign tourists. And we see this opportunity. Apparently, there's a study that there are 50,000 hotels all around the Philippines, but only less than 10% are actually known by the
Right.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our market is still huge. We already got 120, and the projected hospitality industry in the Philippines will grow to $400 million
Whoa.
in the
Really?
Philippines. Yeah, in the Philippines alone, and 76% will be coming from online booking. This is where we come in to digitalize their bookings
And
to
their
make it
major
online.
problem is the tech side, right? The
Yeah,
digital.
the tech side.
Yeah.
So when we started this 2018, actually I had the dilemma. I just graduated from my second master's degree. I got a job offer,
Yeah.
which a very high salary.
Yeah.
I have a dilemma: should I just go back to the Philippines, start my own business, start from zero, or just get this salary?
That must have took a lot of guts and courage to let go of
Exactly.
something that is so stable
Yes.
Yeah.
with a good amount of pay, and then be like,
Yes.
okay, no, I don't want this anymore.
Yes.
I want to go and do this my own business.
That's true. So that's a very big dilemma. So at the end of the day, I go with my guts. So on November 2019, me and my business partner went back to the Philippines. So we started with Boracay.
I remember you telling me this story
Yeah.
back
okay.
then.
Yeah.
Remember? You're
Yes.
like, okay, I have this job offer, but I want to do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So of course, I also need to ask your advice, guys. What should I do? But of course, thank you for being supportive as well.
Of course.
So a day after we arrive in the Philippines, we go straight to Boracay for 1 week. So what we do not have the system yet. We do not have any proof of concept. We only have our PowerPoint presentation. Hey, just give us 1, 2, 3 of your rooms. We will help you sell it online. So we have like a 1 week trip there, and we go all around Boracay. We talk to small hotels first, like, please let us try our service first, and we will not disappoint you. So at the end of the day, we were able to get 5 hotels who joined us, but of course with 1, 2, or 3 rooms
Yeah.
per hotel. So from that is the start of Cocotel.
That's such a
And
nice
The
story.
grind.
Yeah,
The
the
grind.
Walking
man,
in
yeah.
Boracay
So-
from one hotel
Yeah,
to
and then
another
I'm just
hotel.
like, I'm walking with my laptop in
Yeah.
the it's very hot in Boracay, right? And I don't like hot. I really like cool places. So It started with Boracay. We were able to get partner, and then it continues to Oslo, Cebu, and then Siargao, and then Batangas, and the rest is history. So right now, from 15 room inventory, right now we are already more than 2,500 rooms
Wow.
in
Yeah.
just 3 years.
3 years. So what
3
did you
years.
do during the pandemic? You were building.
Okay, that is a very excellent question.
Yeah.
If I talk to myself again 3 years back, should I make this business? I should have make this during the pandemic
Yeah.
instead of 3 months before the pandemic, right? Of course, like I didn't expect that it will, the pandemic really hit very bad here
And
in the
long.
Philippines and
Yeah.
very long.
What was that your biggest challenge?
Yeah, that was our biggest challenge because basically our bread and butter is bookings coming from resorts.
Yeah.
But as you know, the pandemic, we are not allowed to travel. So for the last 8 months, we are closed. And during that time, we already have 25 partners partnering with us. And because we have no sales, we have employees to feed, and I mean like salary to pay. We have no choice but we need to retrench our employee by almost like 95%. So we only have like 3 employees left, including me and
Really?
business partner. And of course, we are on the brink of bankruptcy as well because we have no business, right? But of course, through our grind, determination, we were able to think about what should we do in order for us to scale further in the future and then to help more hotels. So we changed our business model. So before we do rebranding,
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
refurbishing, we switched that to focus on technology because apparently most of the hotels, they have problem in terms of technology.
So this is working better. Then.
Yes. So during the pandemic, of course, I believe that the people can already start to travel starting, I believe, November 2020. But of course, with PCR
Restrictions,
testing,
yeah.
50% occupancy rate, the first month of our opening, we only generate like 15,000 pesos for the whole month. And 15,000, we need to give it to our partner hotel. And we only get 15% of that 15,000. That is around 2,000 pesos.
Yeah.
So imagine earning at 2,000
Yeah.
pesos per month. How
That's
can I sustain
crazy.
that? Yeah, that's crazy. But we believe that, okay, pandemic will not last forever. So what we need to do is strengthen our product. And then once people can start to travel, that's the time we need to do a rapid expansion. So what happened on 2021, there's still Delta variant
Yes.
and then the Omicron early 2022. We focus on our expansion. So it means we get more hotels. So
On
once
board,
we're ready, on board
yes.
more hotels to join us. And then once they join us, people can start traveling again. That's the time we will reap the benefit. So we thought that year will be on 2021. But apparently,
Took longer
7
here.
out of
Yeah.
12 months, we can only allow to sell the property because of the lockdown of the Delta. And that 7 months, it's 50% occupancy, which is also a big blow for us. And crazy requirements from the DOT, right?
Yeah.
Like the PCR test. So, of course, that is still our grinding period as well. So we fix our target, we partner, we try to find partnership with several hotels. We also approach our competitor. And during 2021, actually, we almost get acquired twice by a competitor. But we said, we just started. Why should we get acquired?
Yeah.
So 2022 is actually our year. So we were able to increase our partner from 25. It go down to 20 because 5 went bankrupt. And right now we're already at 120. And next year we're targeting 300.
Wow.
So
And then
would you
by
say most
25
of your strategy, I mean, most of your success right now is because of the grind you did during pandemic?
Probably
Is it or
that's
after pandemic?
actually during the pandemic.
During the pandemic.
Because what happened is, of course, we almost got into bankruptcy because before we have some money, but we burn a lot of money. But right now, we learn how to be more careful with our cash flow. We also learn to save money and we run it carefully in order for us to have a better run rate, a better profit margin, or a better profitability ratio. And at the same time, we learned the hard way of letting go people. I mean, it's
People.
it's
That's the hard
sad.
part,
That's the
right?
tough
It's the
part, right?
hardest
Yeah.
part, but it's a necessary part that we need to do. Even for the last 3 years, I do not have any salary. That's this year only. That's the time I get my salary.
Mm-hmm.
The payout is already here. But of course, it feels great,
Yeah.
way better instead of me working, because some of our peers already went bankrupt.
Yes.
So if you know Zen Rooms recently just folding their door here in the Philippines. They will go out from the country. So we are the only survivor together with Red Doors.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and we are happy that we are here and grinding, and we are the biggest getaway hotel chain in the country right
Wait,
now.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So, okay, you mentioned that you turned down a job offer and went
Yeah.
for your business, right?
True.
I think this is really important because a lot of people nowadays want to start a business. That's the thing that people are gravitating towards, right? So, but they have to give up something in
True.
order to do that. So, what would you tell to those people? What are the biggest factors that led to your success? Whether it's the right partners, picking the right industry, doing a research, what really led to your success, do you think?
Okay, that is actually a very good question, Sam. So first of all, if you want to start your business, you need to start a business that you really passionate with. So probably it's obviously comes from, let's say, you guys, right? Right now, you guys are doing advertising because
Yeah.
that's your, and marketing. That
Yeah.
is your expertise. That is what you love the most. If you have the passion on it and you really want to work hard, everything can happen. But of
Mhm.
course, you need to sacrifice your comfortable
Mm.
life. There's always a trade-off. But at the end of the day, you need to think, why do you want to start the business? Why do you want to change? Do you want to change the world? Do you want to change your life, or you want to change your family? These are the things that you need to think right now. And at the end of the day, if you're willing to sacrifice that kind of comfortable level, that's the time you are ready to start a business.
Because starting and sustaining a business is
It's
really
crazy.
Very
difficult.
hard, yeah.
Very hard, yeah.
Very hard. Yeah.
There's a study that 99% of business fail.
Yeah.
They're failing because number one is actually there's no product market fit. I mean, like, if you're not, people do not need that. But second, the most important thing is the passion of the founder.
Yeah.
So if you're not really focused on doing this 100 to 200% of your effort, at the end of the day, you will lose your business. But there is always a payback period at the end of the day, at the end of the tunnel. It took us 3 years.
Yeah.
It's long.
Still,
Yeah.
still to me, it's very early.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
good, but
that's fast.
Yeah.
It's fast for, but there is faster
Yeah.
company. But at the end of the day, if you know that your business or your idea will change the world, you need to put your effort 100%. You need to forego some of your comfortable life to do it. But if you cannot really forego or making this 100 or 200% of your effort, your business will actually fail. So right now, it's up to you, up to the people. If they want to change the world, you need to do it from starting now.
Yeah.
So at the time, what was your purpose, or what did drive you?
Okay, personal purpose, I want to get rich.
Yeah.
Number one, of course.
Yes.
All right. So, but at the end of the day, this the reason why I started this business, because apparently there are a lot of hotels that are like that needs this kind of service, and we were able to identify that. Personally, I'm not from, as you know, I'm more a number guy. I'm a
Yeah.
quite geek in terms of number and stock market and stuff like that. But I decided to go to the hospitality because I see the opportunity. I see how our service can actually help a lot of hotels. At the end of the day, when the hotels have more bookings, they are actually hiring more employees. So we can see there's a creation of jobs in the hotel, and at the same time, not only on the hotel itself, but also the surrounding. Like for example, in Batangas, because we were able to make a 95% occupancy rate on that hotel. Even like for example, the tour guide, who also like the boat
It
operator,
all
bangka,
increases, right?
yeah, they have bookings coming from our guests who stayed in our hotel. So it means we are actually reviving again the tourism in local tourism industry. So that feels great.
For sure.
Before, I thought it's about money, but at the end of the day, sustainability of
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
also helping local communities to survive as well, and that makes my life already better
It's
when
more
we see
fulfilling.
that. More fulfilling. Right?
By the way, guys, Rafael is from Indonesia.
Yes.
Oh,
So
yeah,
this
yeah.
is very interesting. How is it how's running a business as a foreign in the Philippines?
Okay, so same questions to you guys as well, right? So at the end of the day, why we choose Philippines?
Yeah.
Number one, because this is our second home. We think that even though we are a foreigner, but we already feel that we are also Filipino by heart. We're both, our mom are Filipinos,
Yeah.
right? And we see that we want to uplift to make sure that Filipino hospitality known worldwide. But we can start with the Philippines. There are a lot of potential that we can do here in the country.
Yeah.
Tourism, I mean, like Indonesia is famous for tourism, but how about Philippines? I've traveled to, I think, more than 50 cities already, and there are a lot of undiscovered beauty in the country, but they just need to market it. And
Yeah.
this is where we come in. We promote your hotel. We also promote the location as well. And so far, I fell in love with the country,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
both of you as well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We've been here for 18
Yeah.
years, right?
We
For
went,
y-
yeah.
For everyone, we came here around 2004, 2005. You guys were classmates, and I
Yes.
was like 2 years younger.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so Rafael and your brother, they were the first people who showed us around. Me and Sam didn't know English at
Any
all.
English.
Yes.
And they
Yeah.
were so nice.
So nice. His
All of
brother
them
brought
so
me
nice,
to
yeah.
my class, and he was for sure guiding Sam
Yeah, yeah.
and helping everyone. Now, I remember that your younger brother and your older brother, they were really good at academics.
Yes. Except
And
me.
You were good too, but you were more
Even
loose.
you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
were more loose compared to Raymond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They
He-
both, all of them, they have like honor
Yeah.
on their grade, except me.
Yeah. But I remember one thing I really remember was that Rafael was always very smart,
Yeah.
especially with numbers, and you always wanted to get rich. Since that age, I remember
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
like, oh, you were always about doing something or wanting to do something in the future. But you were very clear with your purpose or what you want to accomplish in life, right? Was it always in your mind since you were very young that you want to become ultra successful?
Or was it an
Yeah.
influence from your parents
Yeah.
or something?
Okay. That's a very good question. So actually, among five of us in the family, no one's becoming an entrepreneur
Mhm.
except me, because I have, just like what you said, I have a different ambition.
Yeah.
But according to my parents, if you want to be successful, you need to get everything from your own. So that's why I start first. In order for me to get successful, I go to the corporate job first. In order for me to get like some capital, in order for me to start a business. So at the end of the day, actually, I'm happy to say that even my career life is very great. So I almost forgot to become an entrepreneur because I've got a good job, good salary. I even got an offer in Australia as well. But at the end of the day, I remember again that I want to create my name
Mhm.
in the future. And that's why I started to think back again how I can start creating or making the world a better place.
Yeah.
So that's why me and my business partner started this business back in 2019, and right now we already have two more businesses as well. So right now, what I will say, probably right now, I still think that I will still be more comfortable if I'm working with, if I'm still going to the career part. I mean,
Yeah.
like more on working in the corporate world. But I can see right now I'm more fulfilled. But I can see that in the next 1 to 2 or 3 years, I can already beat my career part. I mean, like in terms of working in corporate world, and I think I will live a comfortable life in the
Like,
next 1 to 2 years.
Like you said earlier, you have to make some sacrifices, and you need to be like extremely disciplined.
Yes.
Now, how do you keep going like all this time? Is it because you have a lot of people relying on you, or
Is it pride? Is
Yeah.
it just your ambition? What is it that makes you?
so
You know.
disciplined? Yeah.
Okay. So probably you might not know this, but actually I work even on the weekend, even at night. So probably
sure
I
you
work
do.
like 14 hours a day. Of course, you can see
Yeah.
during our call meeting I
Yeah.
have a call and stuff like that. At the end of the day, uh, why we need to do this? We need to be disciplined because we just started. When you said that we already in 3 years, currently we already reached that level, but compare to our goal in the future, we're still young.
Yeah.
We're just still started. So this is not the right time for me to relax
Mm-hmm.
because at the end of the day, most hotels are still recovering after the pandemic.
Yeah.
And if you try to talk to every when you had your vacation, they said that they're not yet to the level before the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So it means they still need our support. A lot of hotels still need our support. So we will not rest until we hit all that sector. Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually we
That's
have
the
an
mindset, guys.
mindset, yeah. And actually, like I already talked to like to my employees and also to my business partner and co-founders. Our goal is every city in the Philippines there will be at least one Cocotel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Currently, we're at 50. We still have like 220 cities left. So
You'll
yeah,
get there.
I'm sure you'll get there
170
in
to
2
go,
years.
yeah.
Less than
And
2 years.
you're going in other countries too.
yes, we are
Yeah.
going to other countries. Apparently, the problem in the Philippines is actually happening in all around the world. You might be surprised why we chose Australia as our second country. Even though Australia, I believe your sister is in Australia, in terms of the technology advancements, they are much advanced compared to the Philippines,
Right.
but not hotel.
Mm-hmm.
65% of the bookings of hotels are through phone calls. Can you believe that? Like,
Really in
That's
Australia.
crazy.
in
Yeah.
Australia, yes. And booking.com is actually their third biggest channel for bookings. The first is phone calls, second is walk-ins.
Really.
So surprisingly, right?
Third biggest. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
so that's why we want to promote, hey, uh, it will be way easier for you to have a booking online. Because most of the young people, they stay in Airbnb.
Mhm.
The old people, the one who run the hotel, they still do manual method. The young people cannot stay in the hotel because they do not have any online channel. So they go to Airbnb. But Airbnb and hotel, they have the same price. At least with the hotel, you can have a customer service or room service. Airbnb, you need to clean all your
Yeah.
own and stuff like that. So that's why we want to drive the people to go back to hotel again. However, we are also using Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
We sold our hotels also in Airbnb so that the young people can also book with us. So right now, we're happy to say we have a one property there. 68% of their bookings are coming from online right now.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And that's generate at least $100,000 Australian dollar per month.
So
For that
that
hotel.
must be the
Wow.
biggest challenge of hotel and the tourism industry.
Yes.
Wow.
So only the big hotels have that system. And
Mhm.
we are here providing all the technologies to the independent hotels.
By the way, Rafael
Yes.
and his company are always in the top startups of the
Ah,
Philippines.
Thank you.
For the past 3 years,
For
right?
how
Or
many
kind
years
of-
in a row? Every
Uh,
year, right?
Every year. Yeah,
Every
consistently,
single
yeah.
year. Wow,
And
that's
right
amazing.
now,
How
yeah.
does that feel? Did you ever think you're gonna be in the top startups?
No, I didn't expect that because my focus is I just want to build my company. That's
Mhm.
all. But right now, I'm happy to say not only the Philippines, but right now we are recognized as the top 10 startups in Singapore as well. So we just recently joined Accelerating Asia. So they choose one country, one startup per country,
Mhm.
and we are the only startups that representing the Philippines for their latest batch.
Oh wow.
And yeah, all of my colleagues are from Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, Korea, and the rest. But we are proud to say that we are the only Filipino company who got in. And that's why we got international exposure right now. I just came back from Singapore 3 weeks ago
Mhm.
for doing some roadshow and pitching.
Okay, I got a question. Like
Mm.
3 years being in the business, at first you started, of course, you had developed some sort of leadership, right?
Mm.
Now of course, you own the business and you're a CEO, you have so many employees under you. What's the biggest tip that you can tell people about leadership?
Okay, that's just a very challenging question
Yeah.
because no one is perfect yet.
Yeah.
I admit I'm not really a good leader yet. I still need to learn a lot from everyone. But in order for me to get to be in this level, to be a great leader, for example, like Bill Gates or Elon Musk or even Jeff Bezos, there's always always need to learn every single day. You should never stop learning. There
Mhm.
are things that you need to keep learning, never stop grinding as well. And second, you also need to listen to your people. So always have a two-way communication with them. Every week, we always have a always have a talk with my manager every single week to determine the target, their goal, what the feedback about my leadership skills. Of course, that's the hardest part
Yeah,
because they
right.
always tell me the truth. Like, yeah, you're not perfect, right? Basically, but in order for you to improve, you need to accept that flaw and learn from it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I
That's really
learned.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, but now I'm still on the process on going there, but I'm not really yet a good leader yet until I reach all the goals or all the study that I need to learn.
And what has been your biggest challenge when it comes to people, aside from pandemic? Let's put pandemic aside. When it comes to people, whether they're your employees or your clientele or, yeah, people in general.
Okay, so we do have what you call this policy. Of course, everyone might not agree with this, but customers are king. That's number one. So who's our customer is our partner hotel. They're using our service. So we need to make sure that they are comfortable staying with us. So even though the owner of the hotel messaged me at night, like around 8, 9, or 11 p.m., if they have concern, I need to answer right away because they're the life and blood of our business. So I want to make sure that they're comfortable and they're already like confident enough to partner with us by giving them 24/7 customer service. This is our advocacy. Our hotel is working, I mean, our business is working 24/7 for inquiries, reservation, right? So we also need to implement that to our partner hotels. So this is what I try to embed to our people as well. If the client is happy, more business for us.
Yeah.
So, and more business for us means more commission for you. So this is like more on like, okay, you need to work hard, you need to be accountable, and at the end of the day, you will be rewarded. So this is what I kind of mindset that we give from myself and from my business partner to our employee. And we're happy to say right now, 98% of our hotel partners are still stick with us. So we have the highest compared to our competitor. And we want to make or retain it that way.
So, what is success to you right now after achieving so many things and you hitting all those goals? How do you define success for you?
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
For me, I think I'm not yet successful because we just started. That's what I told you a while ago. I think the moment that I feel that I'm successful is when my team can actually lead the company without me. So it means I already groom them well, already make sure that everything's in order, and then at the end of the day, I can rest or I can go for another business.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the measurement of success. And at the end of the day, this is the goal that we still want to achieve is we want that our employee will be the part owner of the company.
Wow, that's so.
Yeah, so right now we already created an employee stock option program. We want that at the end of the day, there will be the one to run the business instead of me.
Perfect. Yeah.
So our vision, hopefully in the next 5 years, that will actually happen. Because at the end of the day, employee is the company, not the
Exactly.
founder is the company.
Especially
That's one I want to
trusted
change that.
employees, right? There are
Yes.
employees that stay with you for a long period of time.
Yes.
You form a relationship with them and you begin to trust them. And of course, they deserve to be rewarded because of the value they bring to your company.
That's right.
Now, based on what he said, how do you hire the right people?
Okay, so in terms of the hiring the right people is coming actually just to let you know, in terms of our hiring, we are really, really unique because we have employees not only in the Philippines but also in Indonesia and also in India. The reason why we want that is number one is diversity, right? So that people will know everyone's culture, and at the end of the day, our goal we want to be an international company. And in terms of our hiring the right people, from the interview you will actually know right away. I hire people who have the same mindset like me, the founder mindset. So because some of the question that I will ask to them, like, if I'm not here, how will you handle my business? So from that, I can actually evaluate what are the criteria of leadership. Will this be the future leader of the company?
Okay.
So I want to have that
What's
founder
the
mindset.
main characteristic you look for in a person you hire? Is it like whether they're hungry, they're decisive, uh, they have high grades? What is it that you look for?
Okay, number one, it's not the grade, and also it's not the school.
Yeah.
Because I'm not coming from I'm in terms of my academic, it's not that good.
Mhm.
I mean, it's only average. What I'm looking for is the passion. That's number one, and of course the founder mindset that I said. So at the end of the day, actually, I do have one employee. She's only 20. I think she's only 18 years old, but she got promoted twice in less than a year, and even she managed people that is way older than her because I can see the potential. Even some of them, they're not even finished their college yet, but we already hired them because I can see that they can be the future of the leader of our company. So at the end of the day, what I want is you have the grit, you have the passion, you have the founder's mindset, and
Can
if
you can you unpack founder's mindset?
okay, founder mindset means like how to make you have the mindset that how can I as an individual can make this company bigger.
Grow. Okay.
So you have your own thinking already. Like this is my strategy that I will do in order for us to get more clients, more bookings, more let's say employee satisfaction,
So
stuff
more
like that.
brains in your company
Yes.
that work towards a common goal.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I want them to be more like creatives at the end of the day. I keep telling all of our employees that we are not a perfect company. We still have a lot of rooms for improvement. Give us suggestion, give us idea, give I'll lead you into a project, finish it and prove it that you can do it. Those are the things that I really want from an employee. And we can see some of it already from our employee.
Okay, then what are give me like three advice that for the young generation, right? Coming up, what's the advice that you can give them to keep in their lives?
Especially for starting a business, yeah?
Yeah, business or
Okay.
life.
Or in
For life.
general
In
in
general,
life, yeah.
Okay, probably
Because
number
they
one.
kind of go hand in
Yeah.
hand, right?
Okay, number one, you need to be focused. It's hard to start a business if you're not focused, or start whatever you like as your hobby or your passion as well. If you're not focused, you will never complete your what is your goal, right? You will never finish your goal if you're not focused. So sometimes there are distraction, but do not let distraction let you not to be focused.
social media, that's a big
Social
distraction.
media
Yeah.
or friends.
Yeah.
Like you guys are my distraction before my academic before. All right, I'm just joking about that, but you guys are great.
Thank you.
So focus number one. Second will be you need to have passion, right? Passion means like if you really like it, do it, but do not think twice. Like okay, I will do it now, but maybe what will happen if this will? I mean, like this will not push through. If you have a little bit of fear,
Yeah.
you will never do it. That's a problem. So you need, and this is your passion, right? So if you know that this will eventually be successful, you should do it right away without any hesitation. But at the end of the day, you also need to be focused, right? That's why it's gonna correlate with each other. And then lastly, probably never give up. A lot of younger generation, they always give up easily.
That's very
They
true.
think that this is a problem.
That's the problem right now that I
Yes.
noticed. The younger generation give up so fast.
Give up so
Yeah.
fast. Yeah, that's why. Uh, example is our company again. We almost went bankrupt, but we didn't give up. So what happened right now? We started to grow. Imagine before in a year, we only earn like probably like 12, 15,000 pesos, right? The one I mentioned when we start. Right now, we are already at uh, going a run rate of 10 million as of this month
Wow.
only. This month only. So if we almost went bankrupt,
Yeah.
but if you do not give up, you think that you can actually turn that around and things that into passion. And then at the end of the day, you do it and with focus, see what we are
Yeah.
doing right now.
So what really matters is believing in yourself and
Believing in yourself.
And
the
your
vision
vision.
you have.
Yes.
Mhm.
So that's the key. So you
That's
can see there's
powerful.
a lot of young people who are successful, but because they're focused and
Mhm.
also they have the passion on it and they never give up.
Okay, and with that,
Yeah.
maybe we can move on to this question so that the audience will um, hear something useful. What are the common mistakes that people make when they start their own business?
Okay.
Or the biggest mistake
Number
somebody
one,
can
yeah.
make?
Number one is you think that there is no number one, the product market fit. So it means like you're creating a business or a product that is not used by the people.
Mhm.
So it's already a big mistake. Number two as well is right. well, You need to have a right founder.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
need to have your right business partner. We started with 4
Mhm.
co-founder. We're now 2 left.
Mhm.
Two left.
So that is also one of the hurdle that we almost, we almost broke down or closed down because of that as well. You need to find a perfect business partner who can actually support you with of course, like it's like a marriage, right?
Mhm.
You're
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
a marriage contract. You need to make sure that this person will always be with you in sickness, in health,
Yeah.
and of course
Through
in
the
great
ups
and
and downs.
through
Yeah.
ups and downs. And I think that those two are very important. But number three as well, in addition for that, will be you should never give up.
Mhm.
When you start, of course, you need to be focused, right? Focus and then believe in your business, but you need to have that grit. Means you need to do everything, just like
Mhm.
what I see
Yeah.
on you guys a
Yeah.
while ago. Like you do everything first because there is no smooth road, right? Everything will be smooth once you reach to the certain level. But before we do that, everyone needs to work hard, do everything you do, work 14 hours, 16 hours, and at the end of the day, it will be rewarded.
Mhm.
For almost forgot, there's one more. You also need
Four
to have
pala.
four
Four.
pala. I'm
Four.
so sorry. I'm
Give
so
us
sorry.
so many.
So sorry. Last one will be, of course, you have your plan, you have your vision, you have your product,
Mm.
but you need to have a plan as well.
Mhm.
You need to
Yes.
have your vision of your company,
Plan and strategy, right?
strategy.
Yeah.
So, for Cocotel, we said we want to be the biggest getaway hotel chain in the country, but in 2 years, we were able to achieve that in 3 years.
Mhm.
So yeah, although it's a little bit late, but actually you already have that kind of vision.
Mhm. Just
So
because you planned it,
yeah, you
Yeah.
you
plan.
hit that mark. Yeah.
That's why. So you need to have plan so that your plan can direct you to a direction
Mm.
where you want to become in the future. So you also need to have that.
Wow.
Okay.
Perfect.
Now, okay. Um, aside from business, what was the biggest challenge in your life?
Right now, managing my time
Yeah.
because it's like almost 24 hours of my time is for work.
Mhm.
Of course, I need to take care of my health, take care.
So this is the sacrifices that you're
Yeah,
making.
sacrifices. Actually,
Do you work out?
did you see I work out right now? I think you're making fun of me.
No.
Okay, but eventually that's
You used
what
to
it
work
is.
out though.
I used to,
Yeah.
yeah. But right now, of course, that's the thing that I really want to go back again. But at the end of the day, wealth is not. I mean, like it's also important, but health is also more
Mm.
important. That's why I try to balance myself. At least I will allocate probably 2 hours for my. I mean, like for my social life.
Yeah.
I hang out with my family, hang out with friends.
Mhm.
I try to learn to hang out with friends
Mhm.
again because usually I have a lot of meetings.
Mm.
But those are the things that I actually want to plan starting next
Mm.
year.
Would you say that being obsessed with a goal or your business is a good thing or not?
No, it's not.
Really?
Because it is good in a way, but at the end of the day, you also need to have a peace of mind,
Mhm.
right? Of course, everything is not always work, right? Everything is you should always need to take care of your health, take care of your relationship, and take care of your well-being at the end of the day. So it should be balanced. But of course, during the start of the business, it might not be possible. But right now, I try to allocate myself at least 2 hours a day in order to have time for myself or with my family as well.
Okay, so what's the perfect scenario for you? Let's say
Yeah.
Rafael 5 years from now or 10 years from now. How often would you be working? How often would you, you know,
That
be
laugh was like, I don't want to be working.
doing fun stuff and
Yeah.
hanging out with friends? You know, in a perfect world, when
Perfect
you
world.
don't have to work 16 hours a day or 14
Okay.
hours a day.
Simple. Actually, I already set myself a goal in 2026. I want to retire already. It means like that's why what I said, like I
Yeah.
want the employee to run the business on
Mm.
behalf of me in the future. So that is my mindset.
So
And of
you're
course,
gonna hire a CEO.
right now we already
Yeah.
have a COO. Of
Mm.
course, I cannot disclose it now because we will announce it next year
Mhm.
because that's the time of when he will start working with us. But in 2026, I really want to enjoy or take back for the last 6-7 years
Yeah.
when I'm working my ass off in order for me to hit my goal and objective. And from there, I just want to be more relaxed, spend time for myself, for my future family, and of course for philanthropy as well. I really want
How
to
old are
be
you
more.
now, Rafael?
I'm younger than you. Don't worry.
How old are
No,
you?
no. I'm 32 right now, turning
32.
33. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
32
Impressive.
and
That's
all these
impressive.
achieving all these
Yeah.
things is
Yeah,
great.
and actually, I'm proud to say that I'm sitting with a lot of, I mean, like the hotel industry's expert seniors, like their average age is around 40 to 50 years old,
Mhm.
and I'm only 30, and they already start to know us as well.
How would you say people should build their self confidence? Because of course, when you sit down with all these high value people,
Mhm.
you will get a bit intimidated. How did you form that confidence?
Okay, number one, as you guys know, I'm an introvert guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to talk
Yeah.
to people
Mhm.
Yeah.
except to party before, right? But other than that, I don't really like to talk to people without alcohol, right?
Mm.
So right now, of
Yeah,
course,
that must have been a challenge for
Yeah.
you, right?
before,
Yeah.
yeah. So right now, in terms of the business, it's also the same. Usually, before I became the CEO, I'm the CFO. So I'm the numbers and operations, so
Mhm.
basically the back end. But since we have a reorganization, I'm leading the Philippine market. Of course, I need to step up. Means like I really need to talk to a lot of stakeholders. That starts with our client, which is our hotel, our investor, our, of course, at the end of the day, our guest. So there is a challenge for that. Uh, but if you know your product and you're confident that this product can help even for people who are rich, actually we have a lot of billionaire client as well. Uh, we manage their hotels on behalf of them. Like for example, Mr. George Young, if you know him, he's the co-founder of McDonald's
Mm-hmm.
Philippines. We manage 3 of their properties in Paseo, Laguna Technopark
Yeah.
Hotel.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're the one who
Very,
manage
Yeah.
their online inventory. If you still remember that
Yeah.
hotel, they're a very big person, but at the end of the day, they also need help.
Mm-hmm.
But if you know the product can help them, and you're confident with your product, you can convince them
Mm-hmm.
eventually. I talk also to Mr. Chavit Singson for his property. So at the end of the day, is your confidence can be built once you keep selling your
Mm-hmm.
or keep talking to your
So through
company.
practice and believing
Practice.
in your what you're selling,
Yeah.
believing in your product,
Yes.
and eventually, of course, yourself.
Sales,
Yeah.
Yes.
sales.
Sales.
Yeah.
Sales.
So sales having sales skills is like one of the biggest
Yeah.
advantages you can
Probably
have.
top two skills. Though. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I do.
Yeah.
As you know, I never sell
Yeah.
things. But
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, I was in Cebu for 10 days, and right now I was able to close 10 hotels
Yeah.
in Cebu alone. So at the end of the day, yeah, you can develop your sales skill.
Yeah.
So
What would
right
you say is more important, marketing or sales?
at the end of the day, both needs to work together as one. For us, most of our because we offer digital marketing, at the end of the day, it can increase sales.
Mm-hmm.
But without salespeople, you cannot also sell your
Yeah, you
product.
can.
But in terms of if there is no marketing in the sales, so you do not know what to sell, how to
Mm-hmm.
sell as well. So they need to work together as one. And for me, both are important.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, human resources is also important. We actually before we didn't really care about that, but the consequences was like 90% of our employee are new, less than a year. So right now we really want to invest on the human resources as well, because at the end of the day, your employee is the blood of your business,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, those three are very
And if
important.
the employees are always changing, that becomes a challenge too.
Yes.
It's bad for the business. It's bad for the employee because they keep changing their company.
Like we always say, like if we are hiring someone and you stayed a year or 5 months in your previous job, that's a red flag for the CEO of the company.
True.
Yeah.
So our goal is we really want to nurture and grow them so that they can be the future leader of the company. Our average employee are actually 25, 24, 25 years old. That's
Yeah.
why we really want to invest in the young people. And so basically I'm one of the oldest in the group. But at the same time I want to feel young as well. That's why we hire a lot of young people. But of course young people are usually more creative, right?
They're more creative. They have a learning mindset.
Yes.
You know, because they're young, they're willing to listen, collaborate, and grow.
Yes.
Yeah. But they need the right leader. That's the challenging part.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're creative, but of course you need to give them the direction.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all we need. And then at the end of the day, they can actually perform. So that's why we keep investing with young people. Actually, our new CEO is still younger than me, but he's already a big time successful guy in the online travel agency world. So yeah, you can see that young people can change the world, and we still believe that. That's why we are
That's very
hiring
true.
a lot of young people.
Yeah. Okay. I think we are having a great
Yeah.
session.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it a lot, but I want to share this before we end the podcast.
Sure.
At the end of every podcast, we ask our guests to give us something, a gift or anything that is valuable to you, and then we want to auction that at the when the year ends, 1 year of doing our podcast,
Okay.
and then the money of whatever you give us will go to a charity. You don't have to give it to us now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Think about it.
Anytime.
And let us know.
Can be a
t-shirt.
Cocotel
Yeah, it can be
Yeah,
a-
actually,
whatever.
The one that I can right now is Christmas, right?
Mhm.
So of course we want to give a free night stay in everywhere they want. So actually for the listener of the podcast, whoever, actually it's up to you how do you will raffle it, but we can give good for two
Mhm.
in any locations that
That's
they want.
awesome, guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Any
Thank you,
location. Thanks,
But
Rafael.
of course it's not
Yeah.
for both of you, okay? So this is for your listener,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, okay. Perfect. That's awesome.
Thank you so much for coming by.
No worries.
Thank you,
Pleasure to have you
brother.
guys.
Let's go out later.
Okay. Yeah, let's hang out. Yeah,
Let's
it's been
hang
a
out,
while. It's
yeah.
been a while.
All right.
Okay, thanks
All
for
right,
coming.
thank you.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave us a comment and yeah, see you guys
Check
next.
Cocotel. Cocotel.com.
Yeah, can I promote
Yes.
my
Yeah.
hotel?
Sorry.
Please.
Yeah.
So guys, this is summer this is Christmas and malapit na summer. So please book your stay in Cocotel. We have more than 57 locations around the Philippines. Book direct with us at www.cocotel.com.ph. You can also download our app in iOS and Google Play. And of course, please support local business, and hopefully you can support local industry and local hotel as well. Thank you.
Perfect.
Okay, one more time in Tagalog.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, malapit na Pasko and tsaka summer. I cannot do it. All right, thank you.
You told me you're 100%
Yeah,
fluent.
but not like this, like promoting, like conversation lang.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. See
Thank
ya.
you. See ya.